Okay, I get asked this a lot. Always get asked this a lot. What is a guarantor loan? Every time I do a assessment for a client and I tell them they can't borrow because of their low under 100k income, they're like, oh, my parents can give me a guarantor loan, and that's supposedly going to solve everything. Really? Guys, just because your parents can go guarantor, just because they have a property that's worth $3 million, no debt, it doesn't solve your shitty income. Say you got a couple, right? Husband and wife, or husband and husband, wife and wife, I don't care, non-binary, I don't give a crap. This person earns like say 40k, this person earns 60k, they both earn 100k, okay? Say the bank is lending 60 cents to the dollar, so, not going to my calculation, just giving you a hypothetical borrowing power, 600k. And then you guys did a good job and you saved up 10% of that, which is about $60,000. Saying you're buying in New South Wales, there is no stamp duty under 650k purchase, so no SD. So then I'm like, hey, you can buy property with 600k plus 60, you can buy something for 650k. And then they naturally go, oh, I can't live in that. That's a bloody shoe house, a shoebox, somewhere in Western Sydney living with the peasants. I can't do that. And then they go, you know what, Q? This is something you didn't think about. My parents have a property in blah, blah, blah. It's worth $2 million. It's probably got about 90 or maybe zero debt on it. They can go guarantor. Ha ha! I got a solution. No, you dumbass, okay? Guarantor loans only work based on your borrowing limit. If you're still on 100k, your borrowing power is still 600k. What a guarantor loan does is that you can buy a property at 600k, okay? And then you will borrow, for example, 80%, which the banks will accept without mortgage insurance. If you borrow anything up to 80%, no mortgage insurance. And the difference is the 20% that covers the 600k purchase. This comes from your rich folks, your fam. It's got nothing to do with your fam's $3 million property. They can't just chuck out $1 million and go, here you go, you can buy something for $1.6 million. The reason why you use a guarantor loan is there's no mortgage insurance. It's trying to avoid mortgage insurance, okay? Because if you got a loan without a guarantor, say the property purchase is 650, you are borrowing 600k, well, what is the LVR? Now, 600 divided 650 is about 92%, which involves LMI. So in this case, if you don't use a guarantor loan and you went, solo by yourself, 92% incurs LMI and the rate is higher. Whilst if you went with a guarantor loan, if you use a guarantor loan, you can only use up to your borrowing power and borrow off your fam's equity. In some cases, for example, you buy a property up to, for example, 650, your fam can go guarantor against that, but so as long as the total debt that you are borrowing, which is the 80%, and the part that you're guarantoring does not exceed, in this case, hypothetically, $600,000 lending. A guarantor loan is not a get-out-jail card, okay? Guys, there's no escaping if you're on a low income under 100k or even under 150k. You're never gonna buy a mansion, okay? Or a house that is in the North Shore region. So guys, get it in your brain. A guarantor loan does not help you buy something more expensive than you can afford. Because at the end of the day, you have to be able to service the guarantor loan regardless how much mommy and daddy has equity in their property.